Hello, my name is Tanner Chug, and welcome to the pre-camp video for Camp Bartlett 2024. I'll be your guide today as we go through some of the key points in the Youth Camp Leader Guide. First off, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for everything that you have done in preparation to get your youth up to camp. And I hope that I can be a resource for you and all your leaders to make it as smooth of a process as possible. All of the information that we are going to be going over in this video can be found in the 2024 Youth Camp Guide that is found at utahscouts.org/Bartlett. Just a little bit about me. I was born and raised in Ogden, Utah, and this will be my third year as camp director at Camp Bartlett, but my seventh year in all at Camp Bartlett. I'm married to my beautiful wife, Meredy, since 2020, and this summer we will be joined by our daughter, Elna, and our dog, Scout. Getting to Camp Bartlett. Camp Bartlett is located in southeast Idaho in Bear Lake County. It's about 2 hours, 15 minutes from Ogden, Utah, a little more from Salt Lake. So please plan accordingly from wherever you're coming from. We're going to talk about the times in just a little bit when we get to the schedule on when you should be to camp, depending on the session that you've signed up for. So again, all I ask is just please make sure that you plan accordingly on however long it may take for you to get to camp. So some of the activities that I hope that you're looking forward to as you come up to camp, I'm gonna go over those real quick. And starting off with our aquatics on our lake, we have swimming, then we have canoes, paddle boards, kayaks, and of course with all of those um, boats and canoes and everything, we'll make sure that everyone has a personal flotation device, and those will be provided. If you'd like to bring your own, you're more than welcome to, but know that we do have those provided. Save some space as you're packing. And going over to shooting sports, up on our hill, we've got two different ranges. We have our rifle range, and that will be one of the rotations, and archery. We also have knife throwing along with archery. Across camp to our climbing area, we have our climbing wall, and we'll have some slack lines to be able to test your balance. And throughout our whole camp, we have many trails that go into the national forest surrounding Camp Bartlett, anywhere from half-mile long to 5 miles long, depending on how much of an adventure that you're up for. All right, as far as check-in goes, when you get to camp, there's going to be a handful of things that we need from you and a handful of things that we'll give to you. So right as you come into camp, then one of our staff members will show you where your campsite is, where you're going to be parking and everything like that. And we're going to ask that you send one leader to the lodge for check-in. This one leader can be whoever. Sometimes it may be the young men's president, young women's president, stake, ward leaders, whoever it may be. Just make sure that this one leader has a copy of the receipt with a copy of the insurance, swim checks, and health forms. And all of these forms can be found at utahscouts.org/Bartlett down near the bottom of the page where you can download a lot of these resources, including the youth camp guide that we're talking about today. And you can get the map, the menu, feminine hygiene guide, and if you need to edit your registration at all, and then also those medical forms like I was talking about. In turn, you'll receive maps, schedules, and any other important documents that we may have for you. Toilet paper for the elite trains that are near your campsites, and also your rotations and what kind of that goes along with your schedule, what areas you'll be hitting and when. All right, our lovely swim checks. So swim checks are required for all who would like to swim in our lake or participate in our water activities. One of the easy ways to accomplish this is by taking your youth to a local pool where the water is warm. You'll be able to get it done there with the lifeguards that they have. This will save time once you arrive to camp instead of having to kind of hurry over and get to the waterfront instead of setting up your camp and taking the time to do that. And it'll also keep you from having to jump into the cold water as soon as you get to camp. Why do we do swim checks? We do this to test the skills of someone just in case the boat was to tip over, etc. We know that they can handle the water and that they will be able to have fun and not have to worry about if they are going to have trouble swimming or anything like that. All right, for our facilities at camp, after a long and dusty day, you'll be able to get cleaned up in one of our two shower houses with nice warm water. We have one on the north part of camp and one on the south part of camp. And as far as latrines go, near each campsite, there's a latrine. Each group will be responsible for helping us as staff keep it clean. And as far as water goes, in every campsite, there is access to a faucet with clean and potable water. That means that you can drink it, you can use it for cooking, you can use it for washing. All right, moving on to our schedules, like I said, we are going to talk about. So there is two different kind of schedules that you can sign up for. There's our 3-day schedule and our 4-day schedule. And with our 3-day schedule or our Monday start, with that, we ask that you arrive anywhere around in between 9 and 11 a.m. And so again, going back to how long it takes to get to camp, please plan accordingly. And as you come to camp, and one of the first things that we'll do is have you get ready and get your campsite all set up. And again, have that one leader come over to the lodge for check-in. And then after lunch, we'll get right into rotations and start hitting all the activity areas and so on. Down below on these schedules, you'll be able to see the rotation activities, and we will have these assigned for you at camp. You won't have to worry about like the scheduling, anything like that. We'll have that all taken care of for you. And down below for some of our field games that might be one of the rotations, we have these other activities, and those will always be open during free time and group time and so on. For our 4-day program or a Wednesday start, you'll be able to arrive anytime after 1 o'clock. And this is important just because on our 3-day program, because everybody goes home Wednesday morning. Then we have time as a staff to kind of reset everything and get it ready for the new group to come in. So everyone that's coming in on Thursday start or our 4-day program, please arrive anytime after 1 o'clock. And again, it'll be arrive and set up and check in and so on. And then we'll get right to the rotations and have fun in that. If you have any questions about the schedule, please let me know. I'll be dropping my contact information in the video near the end, and it will also be in the youth camp leader guide. So please, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions, and that's what I'm here for. All right. One of the most important things at camp is food. We want to make sure that everyone is fed so you can have the energy that you need to have as much fun as possible. We have two options with food at camp. The first one, and I think the easiest in your case, is the dining hall. The dining hall, we cook, we serve, and most importantly, you eat. And so it's one of the easiest options for when it comes to food. You won't have to worry about the planning, the cooking, anything like that. Let us take care of that. You can come and eat in our wonderful lodge and be able to just enjoy the food. And the best part about it is you won't have to help clean up afterwards. And then the other option is, of course, bring your own food. If you are going to bring your own food, just please make sure that you have everything that you need. Make sure that you have coolers, proper storage, like bins that will close tightly, and cooking equipment, bowls, plates, etc. We do have critters around camp. Nothing crazy. You won't need bear boxes, anything like that, but squirrels, raccoons, things like that possibly can get into your food if you do not store it properly. So please make sure to, if you are bringing your own food, please make sure to store it properly. All right, with our open house is an opportunity for any leaders to come up and see camp beforehand and be able to help in any of your planning that you have, any questions that you may have as you're thinking about it this spring, as you're getting ready to come up to camp, bring your youth to camp. Our open house will be May 18th, 2024, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Camp Bartlett. Um, One of the key things about our open house that we'll be doing is reservations will made here for amphitheaters and our pavilion. Please make sure that at least one leader comes up to make reservations for those areas, and those would be used for group times if you'd like to reserve any of our amphitheaters or our pavilion for group time. And that is a first come, first serve basis. And we'll have different slots for your exact groups and like your sessions when you'll be coming up. But if you do miss the open house and you come up to camp and those slots are filled, fortunately that is going to be a first come first serve basis. So I just encourage you to come up to camp, see all the awesome flowers that are coming up from in the springtime, like in this picture, and we'd love to see you there, answer any questions, have you see camp before you come up with all your youth. Another opportunity for you to be able to come up to camp is our day of service. The day of service is an opportunity for you to come and help us in setting up camp and cleaning up camp for the summer for all the campers to come up. Again, it's at Camp Bartlett, and this year it will be June 7th and 8th. It's a great opportunity for you to spend more time with us and get some good service in as well while you're at camp. It is free, and we will provide breakfast and lunch on the 8th, and it's a free night of camping. So if you love to camp and you love to be able to get your service hours in or just want to come up and help, then we would love to see you. And the registration for that would be on utahscouts.org as well, if you want to find it there. If you have any questions, again, please feel free to contact me. Again, my name is Tanner Chug, and my email and my phone number are there. And if you have any questions as far as registration goes and anything that you've done, you can please call the service desk as well, and that number is right here. Again, thank you. I am so excited for you to come up to camp and join us this summer and having fun. This year, we are celebrating 60 years that Camp Bartlett has been open, and I am so excited to celebrate that with you. Again, if you have any questions, please reach out to me, and I will see you at camp.